If you look at the first one, you'll notice it's pretty simple to solve just following the first rule. There are no zero digits, just simple numbers. So count it. It really is becomes 3 significant figures. Okay? Now, we have the second number, which is 0.08. To figure out these examples, you really need to have a good clarity with the other rules. Like, I'm just gonna come back again to the rules. I want you to, in case I haven't said it right, I want you to maybe memorize these rules or keep them in mind, write it down somewhere, because these are, although they are just short and simple rules, missing one of them can affect how you interpret significant figures a big deal. So please just make sure that you know these rules well. Okay? Now I'm gonna go back to the exercise, which is the second exercise, which is going to be 0.08. Now, this one follows as somehow the first rule and the fourth rule, in the idea that the first zero is not counted, the second zero is not counted, and also the fact that we only started counting from the first number, so first non-zero number, which is 8. So this would have only one significant figure. Okay? And now, secondly, we have the 8.05. Okay? Now, that's just an interpretation of the second rule, which is that the zeros between non-zero digits are included, and now you have a 0 between 8 and a 5, so it's pretty simple, really. It would be 3 significant figures. Now we're coming into the handy stuff, the stuff, where it gets hard, let's say. So you have something like this, 9.0020. Okay, so this has a few rules together, including the second rule that we just discussed, that the zeros between non-zeros are included. The fourth rule, which is that the zeros after the decimal point are included. Basically, so what I'm trying to say is the 0 here, this one, is included. Okay, so this is not 4 significant figures that some might think. It's actually 5 significant figures. Okay, because this 0 there is not used. It's not used for to locate the decimal point. Okay, and thus it would be 5 significant figures. And now the third one, lastly, although a simple one, but just another one to apply the second rule, is that it would be 3 significant figures. Okay, and that would be there. Okay, so these are just some examples that I wanted to show that I think will help you better understand and how to use the significant figures in the right way. Now here I'm going to show you some numbers that I want you to round them up to a certain number of significant figures. That's just another exercise that you might encounter in some high school tests or etc. And I just want you to be thorough with them, to understand how to do them. Okay? So let's say you have a number like this, right? Let's say 605.987 in 5 significant figures. Okay, I'm just gonna short it. It's long. So really, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna check. Okay, so where exactly do you have 5 significant figures? Now that would be at this one right there, at the 8. At 8, you'd have sufficiently 5 significant figures. Okay, so you want to get rid of that 7, and just by normal rounding up, what you're gonna write it as would be 605.99. Comprende? I hope that one you understand it well. Now don't be tempted to write it as, oh, 605.99, that means it go again to 606. That's double rounding. Please don't do that. And another example would be, okay, let's just put something like, let's say something with some nice decimal points. So 0.06174 to two significant figures. Okay? So how would that one be? Well, let's count it. If I was given this number like the previous example and asked you how many significant figures in this one would have generally 5 significant figures, but here we're only looking for 2. So when you start, I believe that we get 2 significant figures at 61. So at the 1, which means that, okay, I'll just do simple rounding up from the number that's next to the 1, which is 7. Rounding up to the next number, which means 0.062. So thus, this number would be 0.062, just two significant figures. And here I've just done some rounding. I just did some coloring just to show you that this is the answer. Now for the last exercise, I want to show you something that can usually come up even in like post-secondary education, like in college. Okay, usually they make you make some kind of calculation. Okay, and then they'll tell you express your answer in significant figures, basically, whatever it is. So really, after doing the calculation, you want to keep in track your significant figures. After doing all of the calculations, that's why I want you to keep good clarity and make sure that you know and understand the rules that I've given to you for the significant figures, because they can really help you in such questions. So it's pretty important to know it from now on. Okay, so I hope this really helped you in understanding significance better, and now you have much more confidence in expressing numbers in significant figures and writing them down, and acting like a genius when it comes into solving things that are related to significant figures. So please send me feedback by maybe posting comments or something in the YouTube channel, as I'd appreciate it, to improve in such explanations and all. And I'd also like you to give a like if it really helped you, and to perhaps share it with friends that you think might benefit from such video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great day.